even the voices in your head. Ladies and gentlemen, DC Dublin! And sitting to my far, far left, only because the restraining order against him won't allow me to get any closer. The man after my own animated heart, who's been in more video games than I possibly care to admit. He structured my youth with his fantastical voices in all the characters that he ever played, such as Raiden from the Metal Gear Solid series. It is Quentin. Take my breath away, Flynn.
That guy sounds good. I can see now. Yay. And the restraining order is true. It's great to be here. It's great to be here. How's everybody doing?
Woo!
All right. Yeah, what? It's fighting time. It's fighting time. That's right, it is.
I guess.
I gotta go change my shoes. These are
The shoes are fabulous.
Really? The shoes? Seriously?
I can't fight those shoes. There's no support.
Front row, you're in the zone. I'm just letting you know.
Cat's out the
How is everybody?
Woo!
God damn it, we gotta do this again. We did this the first day. You guys don't learn. How is everybody? It's a big room. Fill the space.
Okay.
Megan, you here?
I don't think so.
If you were in the over 18 family, you'd understand
I don't
that.
think he was.
Good time.
All right, this is a Q&A with these four gentlemen. It is not an over 18 panel.
Dang.
Gentlemen, it is not over 18 panel today.
Can we make it?
No.
I'm the Danny Tanner of conventions. You don't have to tell me.
Those of you there last night know that's a lie. All right, it's Q&A. Have your Q's. They have the A's. We are going to have a little bit of fun, under 18 fun. Yes, I'm that guy. I have to keep reminding you.
That's bullshit.
Anyone under 18? Oh, we got some. All right, that's it.
Sakes, why did you raise your hand? Just lie.
We're going to sit on the stage right here and do it again. All right, who's got the first cue? Right here in the front.
Do you guys ever get recognized outside of cons?
Like,
Yes. Best Buy, they'll be like, they'll look at my, when they call up your account with the phone number, you'll see that they're like, okay, what's your phone number? And then there's that momentary like, and then they look at, and then they're very, very nice. And then TSA at the airport, Disneyland. Now that's a wild one to me because there's so many people there. And then all of a sudden I'm walking and I hear, and I look over and it's someone over there who comes running and the rib cage, the knee to the rib cage thing. But it's fun. Yeah, I mean it happens. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's happened to me a few times, and every time it weirds me out a little bit. Like at a con, you know, it's what I'm here for, and I expect it because you know people are awesome, and you have a little book with my picture in it. But like the real world doesn't have a book with my picture in it. That doesn't count, right? That shouldn't be. But like this happened a few weeks ago. I was just walking around the mall doing Christmas shopping, and someone saw me and was like, "Oh my God, it's J. Michael Tatum!" And unlike, and I didn't know how to react. I honestly didn't know how to react. I was like, I considered just lying and saying no. and running off. But I was like, no, I think I was really, really nice. But I was like, oh, that's kind of weird. It's funny though. I noticed because usually when I go to cons, I'll stay for an extra day, so I'm in the same hotel, and there's nothing quite as depressing as a hotel that's like post-con when it's like goes back to normal. You're like, oh, the halls are empty and it's quiet, and it's just kind of like a field after the circus has left town. It's depressing. But does anyone else get this where you're like you get certain? Because I'm used to certain cosplayers coming up to me. It's always like Italian cosplayers or Black Butler cosplayers or on cosplayers. And so there's a very specific array of colors that I've learned to see from afar, from my peripheral vision. Like if it's blue or black or a bright red, I'm like, whoa, ah, oh no, that's just a person wearing it. Okay. Yeah, you kind of get shell shocked after a con for a while, and you're like if anyone's wearing too bright colors, you're like, oh no, okay, never mind, sorry, no, and then they're weirded out by you, which is fun. What are we talking about?
No.
Well, actually, you know what? No. It's not actually a lie because, at least not off of my name or face, do I ever get recognized unless I'm like walking into a con I'm about to be at, and it gets. But otherwise, no. Though when I was actually at an audition on Friday, and it was a voiceover thing, and then they were asking like why I was going to this convention. Was I shopping for something? And then I explained why I was doing the thing, and they go, oh, so what games? And then I mentioned Resident Evil and Mass Effect, and I go, oh, I mean, what a Mass Effect? And I was like, Legion. Oh, and like all of a sudden I was big shit.
Under 18.
They don't have bowel movements?
You guys have
It's sort of a
really good.
I was 18.
But I will tell you this one. This is a quick one. And it's actually not because of voiceover, it's because of on-camera acting. Way back when I hadn't done much, I was like, what's going on here? Jeff, tell a story.
This is your reminder. You can sit and look at them.
He's like the ghost of Christmas
Yeah, what time you want to be naughty, remember.
So, I asked the prostitute how much.
Oh my god, it's my
Have your parents ever argued in front of you? They've never argued in front of you? Oh, that's good. That's good.
Stop crying. Wow.
Said my parents are respectful.
I was very respectful with Hooker.
Under 18. I'll find more. Who else?
All right,
is
I'll
under
finish
18?
my story. So like in the mid.
I'm under 18 right here.
Hey, the man is telling a story. Shut up.
Now hopefully his story is family friendly.
Well, now it's this. Nothing tops this. This is great.
I know, but I'm not.
You're just making this worse, you realize.
So it was the mid-90s, I was on a show called Boston Common on NBC, and I did like 10 episodes on it or whatever. It started as a one-line role, and it kept getting more, and then that was like one of the recurring characters. But I'd never been recognized as an actor before, so I was at a restaurant waiting for my girlfriend to get off work, and these two girls down at the end of the bar, they kept staring over at me, and I thought, well, I'm not that attractive. But it was really strange, they kept doing it, and finally, they were getting up to leave, and they come up to me, and the girl goes, do you play, because they played a character called DC on the show. Well, they changed it because that's a whole long story about why they kept bringing me back, so it was cool. But anyway, so she goes, you play DC on Boston Common? I'm like, yes, and she goes, I knew it, to her friend, and they walk away. Well, that's fame, that's kind of empty. And it turns out fame is empty, so don't be famous when you get older.
Okay.
Strive to be obscure.
Or the mediocre.
Got one down.
Okay, I'm trying to clean up my mind right now so that nothing vulgar comes out. Because I've got the perfect line to say. But, yeah, I know. It's just filthy, just absolutely filthy. Let's see, recognized outside of con. I remember being recognized at Coffee Bean, which is like a Starbucks near me in Los Feliz. And the guy who recognized me was very excited, and he was also very unusual. He was like a character in a film that might be considered a serial killer. He looks at me and said, Quentin Flynn, are you Quentin Flynn? Are you from Flynn? Well, I'm a Quentin Flynn. Yes, I'm the Quentin Flynn. I knew it. have a decaf mocha, please? And it just went and went and went until I finally paid out, and the guy was like, I'll see you again. Oh man.
So I think what's tricky for you, Quentin, just from my observation, is that your voices are so different from your natural voice.
Yeah.
It makes it very difficult to spot you.
That's true.
So that's good and bad for you, I would guess. So.
Yeah. So it doesn't normally happen. No, it's rare that it happens. But when it does happen, it's usually the recognition of my name and not my face. Absolutely, and definitely not my voice.
Mm-hmm.
Usually it's just the handsome awesomeness, right?
Yes.
Wow. Wow, the whole place went quiet on that one. Holy cow. All right, next question, quick.
Hi. From my observation, most voice actors are really good mimics. Could all four of you do an impersonation of someone else on the panel?
That would be freaking
Clean
hilarious.
version.
Oh.
Children, cover your ears.
Hey, no booing. If you wanted dirty, you should have been there last night.
Oh.
Who asked that question? Oh, you. This is Sunday. This isn't supposed to be work.
Well, I'm DC Douglas. And here's the story, all right? I was on a show, it was called Boston Comedy. I was on the show with a recurring character 10 times. Long story. I have actually a problem with my throat. 3 levels. One is for waste, one is for recyclables. Anyway, so these girls are staring at me. They come over and they say, weren't you on Boston Common? Aren't you DC Douglas? I said, yes. I went home with them. I slept with them. Threesome. It was wonderful.
Some VO guys are great mimics, and they all may be, probably him especially. But I'm.
Hates you so
I'm
much.
I've got a very limited range, and that's why I got the mediocre down. I'm just happy to be here. And also, I haven't had my coffee yet, so I can't go higher than this voice right now. So, which I'd have to do for everybody else here.
I know. I'm in the same boat. And I would have to do you, and I can't do you.
Under 18.
All right, so how's everybody doing today? I can't believe we got to do this again. We did this the other day. How's everybody doing today? You got Q's, you got A's. Under 18. Right. There.
In the room with us.
Oh, he is. I've never seen 3 guys chicken out more than that. No. Quentin, the only one.
2 guys did it.
You want me to do the other 2 guys?
Yeah, go for it.
I'll try my best. With limited time. Usually with mimicry, it takes time to kind of observe, watch. That's why I did DC first, because the material was right there.
And the person you're mimicking has to be interesting and engaged.
The person you're mimicking has to be. Say it loud again.
I hate you.
I hate you.
I've never met anyone that can do a convincing.
I've never met anyone that can do convincing me. This is weird.
We're playing the mirror.
We're playing the mirror game.
Stop it.
Stop it.
I don't want you.
I don't want to.
Yeah! My best friend.
Thank you. Let's just move on. Who's got another question?
I will.
All right, go ahead.
I want to hear you do the rest of it.
We'll give you time. Go ahead. Go ahead.
All that way. Yeah, go ahead. I want to record the
All right, I'll do the best I can. J. Michael. All right. The thing is, really. Okay. All right. Bottom line, I'm out, okay, I'm out. I can say that. That I can say. But you know what? I really want more than an Oscar. Todd Havercorn. I've wanted him for the last 6 years. Okay, so you guys would have to have been at the panel last night to kind of get where I'm going.
That panel that never happened.
Oh, that's right, yes.
Happened in your dream.
One panel.
Now Todd gets intimate on the mic and he speaks. And he goes on and he uses his hands when he tells a story. Like this. And he talks about being of Asian origin. And you know that from the waistband down, it seems that like things are a little. I'm working with the material these gentlemen have given me.
To be fair, it's putting on.
It's the best I got, I don't know. I don't know myself.
Nicely done.
Thank you.
And on that note, we'll move on.
Please.
What is your favorite video game or anime character that you've played as?
I'll jump in because I kind of had a ready-made answer.
It doesn't have to be a character you've done, just your favorite character.
Oh, just favorite
Period.
character? Oh,
Yes.
never mind. Probably my favorite. If I had to pick a favorite, I hate picking favorites because it's such a dead-end game. Like, oh, I pick a favorite, and then all my other favorites later are like, we hate you, you're a jerk. Characters I grew up with, like in anime, because I've been watching it since I was a very, very little boy, before I knew what it was called, or that it was called anything, other than just really awesome animation. But I grew up loving Captain Harlock. Oh my god, people love him. One of my favorite characters, and video games, I don't know, that's tough. I'm not much of a gamer.
Well, see, I'm going to go with the game that I just recently played, which was Fall of Cybertron. And I love Peter Cullen and Optimus Prime. Bumblebee, transform and roll out. Like, his voice is so cool. And what's cool about it is the fact that, you know, he originated that character, but for the movies, he had to audition for Michael Bay for Prime 4 times before he got it. Wow. And that's just like, what? He made that character. That is cool. I like Optimus. That's my favorite.
Speed Racer.
I played Speed Racer.
Really?
Hey, only once for a Geico series. A commercial series that was going on. Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So I played Speed. That was fun.
Did you get a call from Peter Fernandez? He's like, you're going down.
Yep. That's right. And I hid in the corner in the field position. And I went. Tears of joy because I got paid. Thank you. Was it Charles Nelson Riley who was blankety blank, blank, blankety blank. Favorite? I don't know. I enjoyed playing Dr. Riddles on Dash Bell, which many of you probably don't even know. What's that?
They stopped it on Tsunami and I like cried for like a month.
She went from a week to a month.
Oh, yeah. I can't count.
Wow. I'm glad I brought it up then.
I never got to know the ending and I'm too lazy to look it up on the internet.
I'm glad you cared, though.
And I hope you're okay now. Oh, good. Awesome.
Are we okay? Can we move on?
Yeah, sure.
Excellent. We got a question right here.
I just posted a picture of every single one of you on Facebook.
Tag all of them?
Oh, shit. Oh, bowel movement. Say it with me.
Question.
Oh, bowel movement.
Okay. My question is for J. Michael Tatum. What does the J stand for?
Oh my god.
Yesterday.
Yesterday.
What's the J stand for? It's like it's not a that skirt, it's John. It's all over the place. It stands for John. I'm just busting your chops, love. You know that. I love you. You're adorable. It stands for John. The reason I started using, I know it's nothing amazing. It's not juicy, though Sabbath will tell, Chris Sabbath tells everyone that it's juicy Michael Tatum. I don't know who's like that. It does not stand for juicy. It does not stand for like Jamiroquai or Justinian or anything like that. I started using the J years ago when we started doing this because where I lived, Michael Tatum is an enormously common name, as it so happens. There's like 20 of us living within 30 miles of where I am right now. So good luck, stalkers! And I started using the J because I thought it sounded classy, and it is my real first initial, so it's not like I'm just gonna add something to it. But now I'm like, I just tell people it stands for just, and they don't know what to call me. I'm like, it's just Michael. Get it? No. It stands for John. Very boring name. John Michael. My parents were not terribly creative.
Were you called John as a child?
No, I didn't even know my first name was John until I went to school because my parents always called me Michael. And so I'm like, I'm sitting there like first day of class, I can remember it was like roll call, and of course they always go by first names, like John Tatum, and I'm like, oh my god, someone else named Tatum is here. No, he's not here. And it was crazy. So it took me forever, and so I never get used to calling John. It's very handy, by the way, when you go by your middle name, not your first, because whenever like someone's calling you, you know it's a telemarketer. You're like, oh yes, can I speak to John Tatum, please? I'm like, ha ha! Very handy, very handy.
The rest of the women want to know if you're related to Channing Tatum.
I certainly hope not. And I'll just leave it at that. No, we're not related.
All right, that answers that. Next question.
Is there a difference between voice acting for a video game and voice acting for an anime?
Yep.
Yes.
I would probably, you guys would have so much more anime experience than I do, but the anime that I have done, it always seemed, because you're replacing something that already has been, and especially if there's a producer representing the show that's there, they kind of want your English performance to be similar to the Japanese performance. And when you're, and I don't speak Japanese, but if you're doing, especially for me because I have the low voice, when you're doing a Japanese character, the Japanese character in Japanese is, now you do an English version of that, and they want me to sound, I'm very angry at you. I will get back at you. And that just sounds so, like, it's not natural. It's very kind of heightened and silly, but that's what they want. So you give them that. So I'm not really proud of any of my anime performances. But then when you get into video games, especially now, because they're more cinematic and they want it to be naturalistic. So then if you're to do that character then it would be, I'm very angry at you. I'm gonna get you. So now you get to, so there's that. And the other thing too, I think, is also how why don't you guys take another aspect of it? That's one aspect of it.
Well, the thing is, in LA, anime is not hugely respected, at least by word of what my agents have told me and stuff. And it's the hardest form of dubbing, because you have to match the flaps, you have to match the animation that's already there.
And it pays the least.
Yes. It's the hardest thing, but it's so, and with video games, that's harder, that's a different kind of endurance. It's kind of, because you get a spreadsheet of all your lines and your reactions and your deaths and your fighting and all this kind of stuff, and you get a pass of 3 of each, whereas in anime you kind of get it till the director's happy, or it fits the flaps, it's long enough, short enough, there's a hitch in the middle, that kind of stuff. They're just very different disciplines. It's all acting. It's kind of like the difference between stage acting and film acting. It's all acting, it's just they work different muscle groups,
Excellent points. Moving on. Wonderful. Next question. We have right here.
Okay, this is for J. Michael Tatum and Todd Habercorn, and this is a request. Can you, Todd, in your Viscount Druid voice, and you in your Sebastian voice, fight over my friend, CL, in her Lolita dress?
Oh my gosh.
Well, you can have the girl, I just want the dress.
Very well. Oh, don't look at me like that. You hate wearing that thing anyway, my lord.
And the pink is going to look better with my skin color than yours.
It's pale with you, my dear.
The white goes well with my skin. Give us the dress, come on now.
This is not much of a fight. We seem to have a chord here. We're like,
That sounds good to me. You can have that over this. There we go. Fantastic. What to do?
What a lovely outfit you have on.
Yes, lovely.
She made it herself.
And that's no easy feat. That's impressive.
No.
Very impressive.
Very adorable.
Thank you.
Well done. Thank you.
All right.
And we can't wait to see Todd in it.
I've been working on my cat.
Someone put it on. I'll make
Todd's
you one.
character.
I'll make you one. This is a
She'll do it too.
Todd Havercorn, could you get in a conversation between Italy and Death the Kid over asymmetrical pasta?
Oh my god!
Italy and Death the Kid with asymmetrical pasta. Alright, let me think about this for a second.
Italy, something smells good in that kitchen.
I know, it's almost ready. I'm making my special dish. You know what it's called?
I bet it's called, let me guess, pasta! Oh, I'm so surprised. Okay, bring it in here.
Okay, here it comes. Oh, look. I'm going to give you a spoonful and me a spoonful and you a spoonful.
I get it. You're going to give me a spoonful of this delicious... What is that? I think I see asymmetrical pasta! I'm touching my plate and the other items on my dish, and it's going to make me feel like asymmetrical pie.
Don't cry. Dry your tears with my pasta tissues.
Guys got any rituals before you go into the booth or something?
Any rituals before we go into the booth?
Any rituals, anything you do before you get ready to go in the booth?
Before I go into the booth, I have a mic that I like to use in the booth, and so I hold it up and I go, and then Elton John comes out, and then there's like zebras, they come and I slide them in. And then I record.
It's true, it happens. I've seen it. It depends. It's the studio's a little bit of a drive for me, so it's about 30 minutes or so. So usually I will. I'm really big into music, and the music. Once I'm playing a particular character, I will kind of develop a soundtrack for them out of the music I have, and so I will listen to that on the way to the studio to kind of get myself in the mood for what I'm.
All I ever wanted, all I ever needed was here in my...
Or I just hire Todd, who sings on the
Todd loves it. He sings all the time.
Sometimes, like when I was recording Friends in Italia for like the last 2 seasons, I wore a blue snuggie.
I know, yeah.
All the time. It just happened one day that there was a blue. I couldn't do the voice for some reason, and I put on the blue snuggie that just happened to be there that some freezing voice actress left in there for her, and I put it on and suddenly was able to do the voice, and so the director was like, "You have to wear that now every." And I did, and so that became the France blue snuggie, and it's still in the studio. I guess that's the closest. TARDIS blue. TARDIS blue.
I just show up loaded, pretty much handles everything I need.
On vitamin C.
Yes, but very healthy. Actually, no, I kind of figure out in my head, based off of how long the session's going to be and how many sessions it'll be, how many bills I can pay off. So it's a great mind game and gets me psyched when I do it there. It's actually my answer. My true answer is actually very boring. I just go through the alphabet. If you really, did you really want to? You should really did. You asked the question. So it's these. I go through the alphabet. A, B, 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 C, 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 and just start playing with all the letters of I had a. Just like, can I just talk to you guys? I had cancer removed from my upper lip about 10 years ago, and they took about 25% of my upper lip, and it was a little scary because I'm like, God, am I gonna? What will my mouth look afterwards? And it actually looks pretty fine. It looks like I got in a knife fight, which maybe I did. The doctor who I paid to do it, and he won, yes. But the weirdest thing about it is because whenever you get like a scar or something, it's on the inside of the lip. I mean, not in the inside, but like deep within the skin. it's tight in the morning. So especially with a mouth where you really need elastic. So I have to really kind of get the mouth all. Otherwise, I do a lot of stands talking when I'm in the booth. Okay.
See, he made it funny there. That was funny, ha! You guys like funny? Yeah? You like when people make it funny with you?
Yeah.
I make fun. I make funny with you. That's how I get ready for my audition or my job in the studio. I do the character from The Hangover. You know what I'm saying? That's it, you know? That's it. And he swear more than I'm talking right now. I'm talking, but I'm not swearing. But you are idiots. You all owe me money. You pay me the money now, and then I'm happy.
They ran away from home.
All right, we got a question in the front row.
What's your lowest fangirl experience?
Could you repeat that, please?
What's your lowest fangirl experience?
Weirdest fangirl experience?
Yeah.
Under 18.
Yes, under
Over 18.
Not your under 18 experience, your under 18 panel. So keep the experience clean.
I don't have, what?
Well, look at the kids talking about the experience. Thanks, Jeff.
Apparently my butt was touched yesterday. I don't remember this. Are you sure it was me?
I think all butts look the same to you as they're coming by.
He was like, no, it was someone else pretending to be me. You gotta be careful about that. Don't just touch anyone's butt.
You gotta be wrong.
I have a really high threshold for what most people think of as weird, so I'm not easily weirded out. I mean, you know, short unless you like show up in my autograph line and give me like, you know, the mason jar with your tail in it that you were born with. It was weird. Like, that would be weird. No one's actually done that yet. I would still find that awesome, but it would be weird because what do you say to that? You're like, oh, thanks, I'm just gonna put that right over here on my autograph.
You put that in a pot with some water, you got a stew.
You survive as a voice actor. The juices of your fat.
I haven't had anything terribly weird that I think of as being weird, to be honest. I have had one thing that was a little alarming, and I won't go into detail about it because I don't necessarily want this person to...
It's still in litigation, so...
But all I'm going to say, but I will say as a warning to any of you fangirls or fanboys that come up and meet us, don't ever pretend to be something you're not to try to impress us, because it's a bad move. And it's not, I mean, not that I'm insulted by that per se, but you can end up kind of getting yourself into a situation, as this one person did, that got them ejected from the con, which was not fun for anybody. So that was a weird experience, just because I'm like, I've never met anyone that would go to such lengths to masquerade as something that they weren't in order to get close to us or whatever, which was just strange to me. I would never do it. I'm amazed that people wait in line for my autograph. I know me, I wouldn't wait for me for 10 minutes. I'm like, oh, he's a jerk, no, whatever, so yeah. But on the whole, everyone's really nice. I'm always impressed by how talented a lot of the fans are, and they give you drawings or things they've made, and I'm like, oh my god, this is really, all I do is, I'm in a padded room making voices all day, which chances are I'd be doing anyway, even if it wasn't a career. And a lot of fans are just really talented people, and I'm just blown away by that they show me the effort. So I'm very rarely weirded out by it. Actually, okay, hang on. I do have one story that's kind of funny, and I do have to say one bad word in it for the effect, so I'm very sorry, but I don't know you, so it's not my problem.
How are your ears?
But I was at a really big convention in Baltimore called Otakon, and it was the weekend we were premiering Italia, which was already stressful enough, because that was the week we're like, oh my god, there's going to be like 1 million people here to watch Italia. And
that's where we had the fire drill, right?
That's where we had the fire drill, yes indeed. There was a fire drill as we were trying to premiere it. That was crazy, but that's a whole other story. But I was already there to premiere Italia, which we were crazy nervous about because the show has such a huge following. We thought, oh my god, I hope they like the dub, because if they don't, we're dead. we're dead, they're gonna rush the stage and like burn us alive. You know, because every actor thinks that when you're premiering something, but at the same weekend they announced the cast of Black Butler, which I had just been announced in Sebastian, and like I got told this after I was at the con, and I told Funimation like, you've killed me, you've killed me. Why did you announce both of these? But it was cool, everyone was really nice. The last day of autograph signings, I was there, and this little girl comes through my line with a Black Butler wall scroll, and she is tiny, she's like maybe 8 years old. And she's adorably dressed as CL, and she's got her mom with her, and her mom is just very, she's a great con mom, you just tell. She's got a little outfit on, she's totally supporting her daughter, and her daughter is so organized. She has the wall scroll, she has a paint pen, she has a piece of paper with like beautifully handwritten message on it that she wants me to recreate on the wall scroll, and she's just babbling on in the cutest, highest pitched voice about, oh my god, when I knew you were going to be Sebastian, I was just loving it. I was hoping you would be Sebastian because it's my favorite show ever, and oh my god, blah, blah, blah. Goes on, I'm like, oh, that's really, really sweet. And I'm busy, writing her thing out, and she's like, oh my god, yeah, it's my favorite show ever, and I'm so happy that when they announced you, I was like, oh my god, you'd be perfect for this. Don't fuck it up. Is going and looking up to her and seeing her mom go, like, don't, because it was crazy. Yeah, that's probably the strangest thing that's happened to an 8-year-old cousin in like the D-Rock Books Police Academy boys. Like, I'm like, oh god. I took that with me every day into the booth when we were recording. I remembered that little girl. Don't F it up, Tatum, don't F it up.
Oh, sure, now you say F it up.
Hey, I put a disclaimer up there.
I will say in X-Men First Class, which is a PG-13 movie, Wolverine did get the one F-bomb in that movie, and that wasn't under 18. Yeah, you get one per...
If you're over 13.
No, PG-13 means parental guidance only for suggested at 13. Yeah, I mean,
I have a parent right here. Want to check the guide?
There we go. I mean, yeah. Who's next?
Wow, one answer. All right, we'll go right here.
What made you guys decide to be voice actors?
J. Michael Tatum.
I wanted to be juicy too.
As a kid, I used to watch a lot of television, as we all do and did, and I was fascinated by impressionists. And at the time, back then, there were 4 big impressionists: Rich Little, Fred Travalena, Frank Gordon, and John Byner. And these guys did impressions of everybody. And so I would do impressions of their impressions. And that's how I did my voice acting, really, from a very young age, and then I went on to follow Saturday Night Live. Big fan of Dana Carvey's impressions, and but yeah, I would also go around mimicking people in my family, and eventually down the line, once I got out of college, I saw that there were ads for voiceover workshops, and I thought, maybe we could meld the two together, because I wasn't doing stand-up like some of these good impressionists were. And I got in there and I found out there was more to it than just doing funny voices, just doing characters. You actually can use your own voice and do commercial work, and have to be able to be flexible and directable and not say the F-bomb once in a while. Okay, I'm tired of you now.
That was an awesome answer! Yeah!
Actually, I was just trying to steal the energy from my answer. It's funny is that I never really wanted to be a voice actor, and I didn't know that I didn't really know that was a field that you could go into. I wanted to be an on-camera actor since I was 7, and by the time I was 12, I was answering the phone going, hello. And then people at the other end would go, hi. They'd start selling me things thinking I was the man of the house. And then people start telling you have a great voice, and I don't hear it because it's in me, and I hear it every day. And then finally, after not getting a lot of on-camera acting work, other opportunities came up with doing like 1-900 commercials when they were big. You probably have no idea what that is. Yeah, you do. Like, oh, you bet you do. They had 976 numbers and 900 numbers, and they would put it on commercials. So, like, I think the first one I did was actually it was on camera, but then I also did voiceover things for it, which was well, like 1-900 Scream, and it was for Halloween to get you kids to call up to listen to a scary story and pay $5 on the phone bill. And then I took a class with Louise Chems. Is it? Doesn't ring a bell? She used to, for years, as a drama like, I know, sorry. Anyway, that I wanted to work on character voices, and that was fun. And she's like, "There's more. You make more money." She was all about making money. She's like, "There's more money in character voices. You want to be character voices." And so she goes, "You don't want to be an announcer. Announcers don't make any money." And then, ironically, the most money I ever made was as an announcer on just a tag spot on a commercial. But she's still a lovely lady. Anyway, very random, strange answer. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
It's interesting, I didn't set out to be a voice actor either. I wanted to be an actor when I was very young. And the reason for that was because from until about age 8 or 9, I had a debilitating stutter. And yeah, I spoke very seldom, in fact. And I spoke so little that I used to walk around with a pad that I wrote on all the time because I just couldn't communicate. I know, all right, whatever. I know, I've been kind of making up for lost time ever since. But I mean, but you know, I had this really great speech therapist who you know, also had contacts and experience in theater and music and that sort of thing, which is very common. And we found, as we progressed in my therapy, that the stutter tended to disappear if I was reading from something. So I read aloud, I recited all the time, and I would do voices just to kind of, you know, mix it up occasionally. And so she, you know, encouraged me to do things for like a local theater group and with school, and so I just got into theater that way, and I loved it. I absolutely loved it. And I'm a very kind of reclusive guy, really, on my own. You know, I just sort of, I'm kind of a nobody. I mean, I'm a non-entity, but when I am on stage or when I am a role, I kind of embrace it, and that just comes from kind of learning how to have a voice at all when I was a kid. And so when I was given the chance to become a voice actor, because I auditioned for Funimation when I was 28 years old, and I did so because the truth is I had been an actor for a very long time and decided not to pursue it. Once I got out of school, I was like, oh, I just don't want to, you know, it's not that I wasn't in love with it anymore, I just felt it was just too, takes a very courageous person to pursue a kind of career like that, and I'm not a very courageous person, and so I just, well, that was fun, and I'll love it, and I'm going to do something very normal, 9 to 5 to pay the bills. And I did for quite a while, and then a friend of mine, Chris Bevins, who worked at Funimation, just said, hey, why don't you come and audition for this? And I had to be persuaded to do it, because I didn't want to. And, you know, but I did, and I'm glad I listened to him, and that's kind of what I've done ever since. It kind of found me.
Yeah. I didn't want to be a voice actor, I just wanted to be an actor. And even though when I was a kid, I would watch movies and I would recite the entire movie and play all the characters in my room, and like the Indiana Jones trilogy and the Star Wars trilogy and all that kind of stuff. And yeah, I would watch it all the time, and I would do all the voices, and years later, it would come back because I was driving to the studio to voice match C-3PO for the Star Wars game that came out. And at the last minute, because Anthony Daniels he wasn't going to do it because he didn't know what the Connect was and all that kind of stuff. So they're like, Todd, come in and do it. And I was on my way to the studio, and they go, oh, no, he'll do it. And so I didn't get to do it. But I was the pod racer announcers, and the two-headed guys, the one that, so I was those guys. But I just wanted to be an actor. And so I was an onstage actor first, which transitioned into film acting, which transitioned into voice acting, but I didn't seek it out. It kind of just fell into my lap because as an actor, is kind of an independent contractor, is what we are. We're self-employed. You're always looking for that next job. You're always looking for, you're precious. And so you're trying to find it, and it just, voice acting fell into my lap one day, like a Tatum. And then I found out more about what that was about, and I enjoyed it, and I stayed with it, and luckily it's been with me ever since, and I hope it gets to continue for many years down the road.
All right, we are out of time, but I'll take one last one-word answer question. Not what they've done their whole life and what they want to aspire to be. One-word answer is all they have. Who wants it? I want energy. Who wants it? Who wants this question? Really? You're all sitting down? Seriously? All right, you win. No, the only one with energy back here. One-word answers, and then we're done, folks.
Which character is your favorite that you voice?
Wait, say that. What was that?
What
Which character that you voiced is your favorite? So your favorite child, basically.
Oh, jeez.
One word answer. Let's go. This is it. We only got a minute.
Rack your brain, Quentin. Rack your brain.
You only have a minute. Let's go.
Quentin, by all means, you first.
Oh, jeez. Jeremy groaning over here. Favorite character that I voiced? I'm such a people pleaser. I'm like, what's your favorite character that I voiced? I like the delay there. Thank you for your laugh.
I have coffee.
No, it's good. You got it. I'm a people pleaser. Okay, I'm codependent. I need help. Therapy. Al-Anon. You guys don't know what this is. That's good. He will someday. Make myself laugh.
Anyone else? Jump in. One word answer. We gotta go. 30 seconds. Come on.
Stop rushing us! This isn't an interrogation!
Hurry up!
Sergeant Frog's my favorite.
I hate playing the favorites game, as I said earlier, but if I absolutely had to pick one, it would be the most recent one that I connected with, and that was Okabe Rinjiro in Steins Gate.
I'll do first and last. The very first one I ever did, the Master of Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and the one I'm doing now, Chase on Transformers Rescue Bots on the Hub on Saturdays. Watch it!
Oh! I know what you want. I know what you want. My favorite actually was Spider-Man, okay? I grew up wanting to be Spider-Man, and in the summer when it was hot and sticky in Northeast Ohio, we were able to actually get in the door jamb of the door and put our bare feet, my brothers and I would do this, climb up there, wedge our back against the door and get to the top of the frame and thinking, I'm Spider-Man! So I actually became Spider-Man, so that's my favorite role.
Amazing one line answer.
Yeah.
Yes, one word answer. All right, folks, big round of applause.